I'm here each and every day at 8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure. And as always, I love being with you. And today I started off by asking the question, who is the master of your mind? That's a great question, isn't it? Because doesn't all your life experience begin based on how you think? And who controls how you think? Who controls the direction of your thought? Who controls the persistency and consistency of your thought? Well, you like to think that it's something outside of yourself, but that's not true. You do. It's just that you've formed unconscious habits of thinking, and you've allowed those habits to continue and continue. And what I'm suggesting to you is that you are the master of your mind, and you can change those habits. You can change where you put your focus. You can change how you look at the world. You can change your expectations of the world. You can change everything in your life by becoming the master. And here's the thing. Being the master of your mind means you're not going to give what you think or how you think, that power, over to someone else. You're not going to let someone else control what you think. You know, there's a lot of times we see that in business, we see that in relationships, we see that wherever someone seems to have the upper hand, where, in other words, where someone has subordinated themselves to someone else, we see that we've given away our power. Most notably, I noticed that in relationships, where one is subservient to the other. Ever been in a relationship like that, where you were either the top dog or you were the bottom dog? And I don't mean to say dog in a derogatory way, but you are either, you have minimized yourself or you maximized yourself. You've minimized someone else or you've maximized someone else, instead of understanding that, hey, we're all equal, and the only one who should control my mind is me. And then you got to ask the question, okay, if I'm controlling my mind, where do I want to put my intention? Where do I want to put my attention? Because where you put your attention, you grow, you expand, you become more. And so it's real important to understand that. And then you got to ask the question, why would I put my attention there when I don't feel good? That's a good question. Because so many of the times we do that. Because why? We start buying in. Everybody else is putting their attention there. So if everybody else is putting their attention there, it must be the right place to put my attention. No. There is no right. There is no wrong place to put your attention. It's only where you decide to choose. And I'll tell you what, when you put your attention on something and you don't feel good, guess what? That's not the right place for you. If you put your attention on something where you do feel good, then that is the right place for you. See where I'm coming from? You get to decide the direction of your life, the experience of your life, and you decide that by how you think. How you think. Isn't it great to know that? Because now you can reclaim your power. Yeah, the universe, it gives you exactly what you ask for, but not just what you ask for. It gives you exactly who you are. It's a sum total of all your thoughts, words, actions, and feelings toward a specific idea. If you can ask, hey, I want to be a millionaire. Universe is not going to give you that. It's going to give you it when you become the vibration of that. And it takes time to build that conscious vibration of what does it mean to be a millionaire. You get what I'm saying? It takes time to become that person. So you can't just ask and say, oh, it's happening. No, it's not. You've got to become that person. That's what I want to say to you. I look at that and I say, every day, what am I doing to become a greater me? A greater me by the definition of what I choose to be a greater me. Not a greater me by the way someone else chooses, by the way I choose to be a greater me. Curtis says, how do you know? I guess The question I asked back to Curtis is, how do you know what? Got to give me more of that when you're giving me a question. See, I can't. Here's one of the things I've learned. I control my mind, but I can't read your mind. So when I'm with people, I got to ask deeper questions to get better understanding of where they are coming from. And that's the problem with most of our communication with others. We don't ask enough questions. And then if we do ask enough questions, we got to ask the question, was I listening to the answer? That's always good too. Was I listening to the answer? A lot of times we're not. A lot of times we've already formed a preconceived idea of everything, instead of waiting to really understand what the other person is asking so that we can respond. Naomi loves the abstract art in the background. Really, it's a meditation. It's a lotus flower beyond an individual meditating with the chakras lined up. I saw that and absolutely fell in love with it, because meditation is my number one thing. Clearing and aligning my chakras is what I do in meditation. So I just love that. And Deborah says, today I'm speaking at my spiritual center about prosperity. I love it. Love prosperity. Guess what? All of us are independently abundant if we believe it. In other words, are you the master of your mind on how you view abundance? Or do you carry with you things like your parents said, money doesn't grow on trees? Did you ever hear that one? You're never going to make money doing that. Yeah, Curtis, creating energy. You are energy. You are energy. The question is how are you shaping that energy? You can't create energy. Energy already exists. That's the fact. Energy already exists, but what you're doing is you're creating the frequency of how that energy demonstrates in your life. See, I have a lot of people come to me. I'm going back onto that abundance thing. A lot of people come to me and they go, I'm abundant. I have abundant consciousness. And I ask the question, how's it showing up in your life? Do you have money in the bank? Or maybe what is your definition of abundance? I think you got to start with that question. What is your definition of abundance? Once you ask that question, you got to ask the question, is it showing up in your life? Because if it's not showing up in your life, then you do not have that consciousness. See, that's where we fool ourselves. That's where we've got to become the master of our mind and not let the mind fool us. So with that in mind, I'm going to let you know today at 10:30 Central Time, I have a great talk plan. That's when I do my normal Sunday celebration service. So if you want to hear that, tap in, tune in, and do me a favor. If you really like this message, spread it around. Spread it around. Let other people know that this message is there. What I understand more than ever, this ability to control our mind, to take our power back, is needed more than ever. So with that, I'm just going to look at you, see your beautiful eyes, see how perfect you are, and tell you, I love you and I accept you just like you are. Have a great day, everybody. Aloha.